Bang bang. I shot you down. Time for war.
Bye week shawty. Bye week shawty. What do you do? Bye weeks on you. Do you watch the playoffs from another view? I need another game, another game. No, I got a bye week. I ain't really got a BNP right now.
This motherfucker.
He
I
just
got
whipping
bye week.
asses. He just whipping asses and taking names, baby. Going on for another ring. You know what I'm saying? Another one.
And he ready to
DJ
do the
Khaled.
nano right now.
Two-step
Nah,
Texans.
nah, 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 nah.
That's
That shit
Thank
crazy.
you.
How long is Power
Wartime.
episode? We're about to do a show, so you could do Power. It's like an hour. Yeah, you could watch that, John.
It is now wartime.
I
14
said I'm not
teams
doing the practice mode or something.
are going to lock
You
and
need y'all to
load
watch this
to
shit.
find out who's going to be the last man standing after the postseason. We are out of the regular season. Only thing we're going to talk about is the things, team stats, statistical things, award winners, all those good things that come with a regular season. All the hard work you put in during the regular season has now come down to this. 3 games. Some play 4. Who the hell is going to be standing at the end with their arms crossed talking about I am the king on the hill? It is wartime. RDL7, season 4, locked in right now. If you ain't ready to rock, then why you even plan to be in the offs? It comes down to who the hell you are. Multiple different teams are in the playoffs with different situations. You got veteran teams in the offs. You got young teams in the off. You got dog quarterbacks. The face of the quarterback, the face of the league is in the playoffs trying to redeem himself to show that he's exactly who we think he is. And he wants to better double up, go get his second Super Bowl. You got another quarterback that's a Super Bowl winner in the same playoffs looking to go get his second one. Hold up. You got some no-name quarterbacks that got a team around them that's looking to get in. You got young quarterbacks looking to come up and show who they are. There's a guy over there in the NFC named Drake May saying that I'm the guy over here while y'all wondering about that old Dak Prescott. I'm the guy over here. Davis Richards is over there in the playoffs as well. 5 stars in the playoffs. I mean, you got Hendon Hooker in the playoffs, KJ Jefferson in the playoffs. I mean, Malik Willis is in the playoffs. You got quarterbacks out here trying to make their names in this league right now, sitting in the offs. Josh Allen has made the playoffs. AR-15 is in the playoffs. What's his name? Ty Simpson for the Browns are in the playoffs. Young rookie in the playoffs right now. You got another rookie out there, Eli Stowers, first quarterback to wear a running back number in the league. Starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. Mm-mm-mm. Who's in? Let me in.
Playoffs.
it.
Playoffs?
Man, how about them Bills?
We talking
I
about
mean,
playoffs? Bucks
we
versus
got, we
Lions?
got,
Josh Allen.
we got stories to talk about right now, man. Josh Allen said, "Don't write me off too fast. I'm here, bitch." If you
Giants.
tune in and we get 15 people watching this motherfucker, hit the like button, show some love, tune in, type your team's name in the comment section, show that you active, and I'll show love back. You know what I'm talking about? Let me in.
Titans. Rams.
Rock.
Dolphins. Open them abilities man.
Sign your fucking
Nope.
players.
Oh, that we
Wild
ain't gave
Tigers
3
Nest.
warnings out the last 3
Double
weeks.
exclamation
Y'all
mark,
think it's a
double
game.
exclamation mark,
It
double
would not be a
exclamation
resign
mark.
list.
Huh? Snake, Hitter, and Max. All right, man. We talking about some quarterbacks, man. It always starts with the quarterbacks that make it to the playoffs. When we conversate about these quarterbacks,
Boots.
before I get into the team stats and all that shit, let's talk about it for a second. On the NFC side, how do y'all feel about Malik Willis making the playoffs for the second time?
Uh, one of the underdog quarterbacks.
Seeing
Um,
development for him.
a dual threat though. Um, I just think the big question is
Fourth
the
place
moment really too big for
consistency.
him? And when it comes to the playoffs, I think it's just a matter of is this game too big for him with the Lions steamrolling the way that they are and their eyes on the prize, you would think they're kind of got to probably have the mindset to take care of anything that's just in the way. So,
Let's talk about
uh,
that for a second, though. Drake May versus Malik Willis. Hitter, man, talk to me a little bit. What do you think both those quarterbacks bring to the table different, and how do both those quarterbacks put themselves in a situation to win this ball game? Drake May and the Detroit Lions versus Malik Willis and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, you know what you're getting with Drake May. You're gonna get dimes a dozen. He gonna pick you apart.
Baby.
He also has that lullaby offense too,
Lure
where he
your ass to sleep.
lull you to sleep. Yeah, then he hit you with the woo
Me, me.
baby.
And he hit you with the me.
Oh, that's just defense.
She
That's
be
just
coming
frustrating
around
on
the
defense.
mouth.
Yeah,
She be coming around that corner.
that's a totally
Yeehaw!
different animal. He doesn't have what 60 plus, 70
Yeah.
plus sacks on the season for no reason.
Right.
He got any one of them beating any one of your linemen on any down, and
the
and and
savages
that
out there.
yeah, that has nothing to do with the offense. The offense is potent in itself, but the defense sets up the offense.
If Malik Willis can find a way to avoid the pressure, get the ball out in a manner of time,
Well,
I mean,
the secret's out there. It just you got to know how to use that formula, and that's I'm gonna leave it at that.
does Malik Willis cause that Detroit Lions aggressive pass rush defense a problem, knowing that he's a dual threat? Does it slow the pass rush down just by him being a dual threat quarterback?
No,
Not at all.
no, it actually contains Malik Willis because it kind of stymies him because you don't want to run into the defensive lineman.
Right.
I
So
think
you
it's
have
a
to you
matter
have
of
to you have to drop back and you have to see where they at first before you can make any move. You can't just predetermine that I'm gonna take off.
Let me ask you this, Snake. I'll go to you. 10-point game in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left. Does Drake May, in your opinion, can get this team down the field and win the ball game?
10-point ball game.
3 minutes
2 minutes
left.
left. Three
Drake May.
minutes. Score from anywhere on the field. Any of them. Anybody on the field. Yeah. He
I
can.
ask you the same question for Malik Willis. 3 minute game left. Can Malik Willis drive his team down the field, down by a score, drive his team down the field to win the ball game with 3 minutes left?
Think he can, but against that Lions pass rush, we have yet. That's a different monster. So, like Max said, we just wonder if the moment is too bright for him. Like this is the brightest stage that Malik has kind of played on. I think.
And we just talking about quarterbacks here. Now, okay, so let's stay in the NFC side. Let's go to the Eagles Packers matchup. Two SEC quarterbacks, starting SEC quarterbacks when they were in college, played against each other. You got Hendon Hooker going up against KJ Jeffords. Both these two quarterbacks are in a similar attack style of offense right now. Who does it better? And in your mind, Hitter, who plays the better game?
I think the Eagles going to play a better game this time around. They had a kind of a preview in the week before. I think Rob is very strategical in how he attacks games. So I think last week was more of a let me see what he got. Let me see what he's gonna bring to the table. I'm not gonna show too much.
Hmm.
And just let me see. I'm gonna show him certain looks, trying to see how he reacts to it. He gonna go home, get his max on, and come right back at him the next week.
Hell yeah. I love the tape. Max, both of these two defenses shut their offenses down, meaning the Dink and Duncan is getting shut down. Both these quarterbacks got to better win the game
Campers will
by
leave
throwing the
in.
ball downfield. Hendon Hooker or KJ Jefferson, you like in them situations?
Um, I'm gonna go Hendon Hooker. Actually,
Ron.
I've seen him throw the football. He has a particular zip on the football that's kind of unique. I think if he finds a situation where he can find the Eagles defense lacking, the secondary lacking, I think he'll be the one to be able to expose it. Got some speed over there. I could see him before the Eagles striking deep.
All right. Quinn Ewers,
Yeah.
Davis Richards. Hitter, give me your storyline in that game with those two quarterbacks.
Which team is this?
Panthers and Quinn Ewers, 5 star, versus Rams, T, and his quarterback, Davis Richards.
Well, you know what you're getting with Davis Richards. You're getting that NASA offense, that Fort Lauderdale, that Fort Cavanal,
The Air
yeah,
Corral.
yeah, that T minus 10, 9,
Mm-hmm.
8, 7,
All
6,
about the
5, 4.
Benjamins.
We
Mm-hmm.
have liftoff. And then with the Panthers, you're gonna get that ground and pound with that sneaky pass game
Mm-hmm.
offense, because you expect the run every down. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every time he line up, you expect he's gonna run. Even if he come out in shotgun, you expect to run. He come out in wildcat, you expect to run. He
Mm-hmm.
comes out and go line, you expect to run. And then all of a sudden he's play actioning you, and he got a receiver 20 yards down the field wide open, and you can't figure out why. It's because your defense is so used to the run that they standing in quicksand.
Max, do you
So
like this? Go ahead. I'm not
yeah,
my bad. Hitter.
go
Go
ahead. No,
ahead.
I expect a good game either way.
Mm-hmm. Max, do you like this quarterback matchup between Davis Richard and Quinn Ewers?
I like the matchup. It's a familiar team matchup. Um, 5 star last time he was here was just holding the clipboard. last time that they played, and um, played in the playoffs, and then they played again in regular season last year. So familiar matchup per se, a little bit at this point, but I like the quarterback matchup overall. I think it comes down to who can make the big plays when they need to.
5 star didn't play in this matchup last year. This is his first playoff run right now. We have a quarterback that got the arm. We have a Panthers team that really got the weapons at receiver, man. They have a slot demon in Kevin Coleman. Chris Marshall and Quentin Johnson are dogs on the outside. They have Kincaid at the tight end position. They have the weapons. But to me, if the Rams want to win this ball game, they got to make the Panthers uncomfortable. The last time they tried to shut the run down, they wasn't successful. But even when they contained it, the difference in their playoff game last year was the play of Quentin Johnston. He was lights out. My
Hmm.
question is, can Quinn Ewers get the same result with Quentin Johnston? And I do think the Panthers have to go a little farther in that and have to get some good play out of one of those two receivers I mentioned, the slot demon and Kevin Coleman, or the motherfucking all the smoke, Chris Marshall. I think they're gonna have to get some play out of them, Kincaid as well, for this thing to be a three-peat in their matchup. Davis Richards comes down to if he has the time. Does that young offensive line on both sides, both teams, does he give them time to let that thing go downfield and they can strike downfield to open up everything else? Like the matchups. All right, let's shoot over to the AFC and let's sit here and talk about Shador Sanders, Josh Allen. Here to talk to me.
Well, Shador, he getting playing for his father. He always got a little edge on his shoulder because he don't want to disappoint daddy. And going up against who he's going up against?
Josh Allen.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh put him to sleep, Allen.
Yeah, Josh. Josh is a perennial quarterback that's been in the league forever, and he skyrocketed to stardom. So I just expect a good game both ways. That Titan offense is can be deadly at times when
Buffalo,
they don't
Ten-
do
Texans,
Texans.
oh, the
Texans,
Texans
Texans.
offense. Shador Sanders. Oh yeah, they the same state. Um, no, they not. But
No, they
yeah, you
not.
know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, though. Texas Titans, same division. But go
Say
ahead.
Same
say
shit.
same shit. But they so boneheaded at times. They make decisions because they so cocky that it can come back and bite them in the ass.
Definitely agree with that. I think Josh Allen being a veteran in this playoff run right now can help that offense for the Bills. They're going to try to rock you to sleep. They're going to hit you with
Right.
unorthodox formations. And Josh Allen, the one thing he can do is he's a very accurate quarterback in the moment. If they can stay consistent with Josh Allen making plays for them, this team in a good situation. I think the fact that the Bills should like this matchup going up against a younger team like this, they should be comfortable with this matchup. But I do think Shador needs to take that next step. Max, would you agree with me? Shador needs to take that next step, starting right now with the wild card round.
I definitely think Shador has to step up. Not just necessarily in this game, but beginning with this game. As far as where how the playoffs need to go for this Texans team, I think it starts and ends offensively with Shador.
You got Eli Stowers going against AR-15. I'm gonna start with you, Snake. You got a quarterback on normal going up against a quarterback on X Factor. But here's the thing: the X Factor quarterback has been known to throw a lot of interceptions over his career. The normal quarterback is in the playoffs on normal as the diaper dandy, a rookie. How do you like this matchup just between the quarterbacks itself? Eli Stowers versus AR 15.
known since coming in the league that all the talent, Richardson has had all the talent in the world. His only issue was his accuracy. He can tighten his accuracy up. Like, guy's a limit. You've seen him throw a million touchdowns.
Hmm.
Touch his accuracy up just a little bit. Dowers, like he been fighting his way the whole damn season. Like, from time he been drafted, he been fighting for his respect. I don't think he's gonna stop here. Like, he's in a position. He's happy to be here, happy to be leading the team, but he's used to performing with them bright lights on and carried the Patriots to that 12-5,
12-4 record.
12-4
13 and
record in
4.
division, 13-4 and won the division one. Like, been proving himself the whole year. Like, to doubt him now would kind of be crazy. I think it's a great matchup.
And the last quarterback battle would be Diaper Dandy Ty Simpson and the Cleveland Browns taking on veteran Justin Herbert and those Los Angeles Chargers hitter. How does the Browns even give themselves a chance to win this ball game with Ty Simpson at quarterback?
Seriously,
With
honestly,
house money, it don't even matter.
it's a double-edged sword.
Yo.
You want the Browns to come in sober, but you also want the Browns to come in drunk as a motherfucker.
Right.
Because either way, you're going to get an unorthodox game. Now, the unorthodox come with him setting you up with the boom beer
Boom,
bowl
bada
game,
bing.
the beer bowl formation all game, or he's gonna beer bowl you, then audible out of it, and then give you a different look every down, and then you don't know how to set your defense up because it's kind of a uh, I don't want to say glitch, but it's a
Pain in the
unfair
ass.
advantage.
Pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
Nasty as hell.
it's a matchup nightmare.
Man, the coach of the Chargers called this a homicide. Didn't he call it a fucking first degree murder
Then
and
he
a
called
wild
it
card
a
round? Premeditated
Premeditated
murder.
murder.
Yeah.
Premeditated
Premeditated
murder.
murder.
Man, Snake, do you see the Browns with any chance in this ball game?
Man, look, this is they playing with house money. You know what I mean? They just enjoy why they're here, so they show up to the game half drunk. It's understandable. You know what I
They
mean?
going
They already
their fans are already partying. They don't give a fuck about the game. They tailgating the whole game.
they ready for the after party. Like, they gonna be out there, win, lose, or draw. It was so unexpected. They bought a new quarterback, got into Deshaun. That pill ain't work out. You know what I mean? This was supposed to be a rebuild. Decide what they was gonna do with
Their
Chubb and
barbershop talk is
Watson.
like this. Man, we made it to the
Yo,
playoffs. Watch what we look
yo,
like in 6 more years.
man, dog. Look, you don't even know they closed school out there
Yep.
early
Ain't
just because
nothing
they made
going
the
down.
playoffs.
But can the weather
Air shit
affect
this
the
shit.
can the weather affect Justin Herbert and the Chargers though?
You think it's gonna snow or
Too much
something?
of a veteran, too much of a veteran
And
team.
I don't give a fuck if it don't snow or not. It's gonna be cold as shit in Cleveland.
Too much of a veteran team. They ain't seen it all.
Yeah, they done seen it all. They've been there, done that. All right, man. Let's talk about team stats this year. When you talk about total offensive yards gained, total yards gained as a whole, the Lions are number 1 in the league. The Chiefs are number 2 in the league. The Seahawks are number 3. Rams are number 4. Bucks are number 5. When you round off the top 10, you got the Texans, Bills, Saints, Chargers, and Dolphins. That's total yards gained in the league. Total offensive yards gained in the league. It doesn't change as much as you think it does. Your top 5 are Lions, Chiefs, Seahawks, Rams, Bucks, Texans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, Bucks are the
Five
top 5.
offenses.
Sorry. When you talk about the passing game right now, it's the Lions, Chiefs, Seahawks, Rams, Chargers are your top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you talk about rushing teams in the league, the number 1 team in the league are the 49ers. Panthers are 2. Patriots are 3. Texans are 4. Seahawks are 5. They're your top 5 running teams offensively in the league. Points per game Shit's ridiculous. The Lions are averaging 58.1 points a game. Seahawks are 2 with 54.8. Chiefs with 52.3. Texans with 47.6. Buccaneers with 47. Top 5 teams scoring. Passing touchdowns on the season. Obviously, the Lions with 105. Seahawks are 2. Chiefs are 3. Rams are 4. Bucks are 5. Rushing touchdowns on the year. Panthers with 56. Texans right behind them with 37. I said right behind them. He got 20 more touchdowns than this motherfucker. Vikings with 36. They're 3 in the league. 49ers 34. 4 in the league. Falcons and the Patriots are tied at 5. Defensively, we talk about teams shutting shit down all year long. Chargers, total yards allowed. They're number 1 in the league. Lions are number 2. Those Philadelphia Eagles are number 3. Packers are number 4. And at 5 are the Kansas City Chiefs. Passing yards allowed all year long. If you take a look at what happened this year, Chargers are number 1. Eagles are number 2. Packers are number 3. Lions are number 4. Seahawks are number 5 in the league against the pass. Against the rush, Lions are number 1. Chiefs are number 2. Chargers are number 3. Patriots are number 4. Raiders are number 5. Points allowed. Lions are number 1. Chargers are number 2. Chiefs are number 3. Texans are number 4. Patriots are number 5. Sacks on the season right now. The Lions were almost 100, 95. The next man to him is 68 with the Chiefs. Titans are 61, tied with the Seahawks at 3, 61. Patriots 60, tied with the Panthers with 60. They're number 4, and number 5 team in the league are the Texans, 56. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. Fumble recoveries in the league. The Lions are number 1 with 11. Chiefs, Patriots, Panthers, Texans, and Saints are tied at number 2 with 10. Chargers are at 3. Commanders and the Falcons are at 4. And then 5 are Bills, Bucks, Titans are at 5. INTs on the year. Buccaneers picked the ball off 78 times this year. Seahawks are 2nd with 76. Texans are 3rd with 71. Chiefs are 4th with 68. Patriots are 5th with 61. That's your team total stats in the year. Let's look at our passing leader for the year. At the quarterback position, Drake May wins the passing yards with 7,685. Touchdowns, obviously, Drake May has won that with 105. The most interceptions thrown this year was Jaden Daniels, 63, tied with Khalid Williams, tied with Jalen Hurts, tied with Malik Cunningham, 63 picks on the year. Completion percentage, those guys that played in games, we're not talking about these guys that barely played, like these A.J. Duffys or the Spencer Rattlers, but Drake May leads that with 74 completion percentage all year long. Yards per game, Drake May led that with 452.1. Rating, QBR, the highest QBR rating was Drake May with 133.7. Yards, average yards per attempt this year, Drake May won that with 16 yards of play. The quarterback that was sacked the most this year, Khalid Williams, 73. Joe Burrow, DJ Ugalele. Rushing attempts. Sean Tucker averaged 457. That's the most carries in RDL season thus far. But he also followed that up with a 3,177-yard season, taking down Kenneth Walker, the third record. He also averaged 7 yards a carry. Out of all the running backs that carried the ball a lot, it looks like the highest average was Chase Brown at 7.2 with 251 carries. The rushing touchdown leader by far, 53, Sean Tucker, individually destroyed the run game touchdown department. Average yards per game, Sean Tucker 186.9. So he had 187 yards every time he touched the ball in the game. I mean, every game he played in, he averaged 187. Who fumbled the most this year? Eli Stowers with 10. Jaden Daniels right behind him with 8. Broken tackles on the year right now. Sean Tucker leads that department with 162. Yards after contact. No other running back in the league has done it like Sean Tucker. He had 1,272 yards after contact. The longest rush this year was from Brees Hall, 97 yards. And that's your running back winner right there. We go to the receiver department right now, man. The most catches on the year. I think that department is owned by Malik Benson, the diaper dandy, with 145 catches on the year. It's a whole lot of catches. That might even be a record. Yards on the year right now. DK Metcalf, 2,602. He won that. Who averaged the most per catch? Jamison Williams averaged 38.9. He averaged 39 yards a catch all year long. Average yards per game, DK Metcalf, 153. Touchdowns, we got 33 from Malik Benson. He wins the touchdown department, so the diaper dandy had the most catches on the year and the most touchdowns on the year. Run after the catch yardage. Trey Palmer with 602. Run after the catch average. Guys that touch the ball. Kevin Coleman, 34 touches. He had 12 yards of play. Longest passing touchdown or caught was Jamison Williams, a 100-yard catch. And that's your offense. Who gave up the most sacks this year? Armarius Mims for the Arizona Cardinals gave up 27 sacks this year. Defense right now, stat-wise. Solo tackles. Channing Tindall had 80. Assisted tackles. DeMarco Jackson had 80 assisted tackles. Total tackles. DeMarco Jackson, 134. Won it by one. Brandon Cook, the Brandon Cook. Tackle for losses this year goes to James Houston, the fourth. 41 tackle for losses this year. Sacks this year. Second man to touch 40 sacks. James Houston with 40. The INT leader this year was James Williams with 20. Deflection leader this year was Trayvon Moorridge with 15. Let's make sure that stays. 15, yep. NFC, yep, stays. Forced fumbles this year. Byron Young with 6. Will McDonald tied. They tied with 6 apiece. Just make sure that stays. Chase Young also has 6, so 3-way tie. Touchdowns, defensive touchdowns, 5 from Harold Coleman Jr. I think that sticks. Yep. And they go your yardage, your guys that won the yards and individual stats. Let's get to the awards race real fast. All right, yearly award, man. Our coach of the year is Coach Falk, and the Detroit Lions wins Coach of the Year. Called that. We're looking at the year's MVP. Drake May wins his first MVP award in his second season. Here to talk to me about that, man. I mean, the guy threw 105 touchdowns this year. I mean, he had a good rookie campaign, losing in the Super Bowl. And now he's back as the MVP of the league right now. Are we starting to see a shift in who we should be looking at as a guy that could be the potential face of this league?
I mean, I don't know about the start of a shift, but I mean, he went to a Super Bowl for a reason.
Right.
I think that loss put a little chip on his shoulder, and he's come back this season to prove a point. Win or lose, he has one mission, and that's to get to the Super Bowl and win it this season.
Mm-hmm.
This MVP is just a little foreshadowing for what's to come. These playoffs and the following season.
Drake May has arrived In a quarterback class with Khalid Williams, Shador Sanders, and Drake May, he seemed like he stepped into the forefront of the quarterback of that class.
Not only that, he followed up what was beginning to be a start of a promising rebirth career behind Zach Wilson over there in
Hmm.
Detroit. There was a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah,
Like they made the right choice.
definitely. All right, let's go to the AFC, NFC, and start looking at offensive player of the year goes to diaper dandy Malik Benson. Shout out to the Chargers and their wide receiver as the offensive player of the year in the AFC. NFC offensive player of the year goes to Sean Tucker. Shout out to the Panthers and their dynamic running back, Sean Tucker. Is it safe, Max, to call him the best running back in the league right now?
Definitely is.
I think he's the best running back in the league. After the season he had this year, he proved it for
Yeah, I was
sure.
about to say I don't really think it's really thing to argue about it.
Nothing to argue about at all. All right, defensive player of the year goes to James Houston with 40 sacks on the year, and second in tackle. I mean, and tackle number one in tackle for losses. He's the second defensive player to get 40 sacks in a season. Um, the other one doing it was Will McDonald, but James Houston, with the type of defensive pressure he got coming out of that front four over there, for him to get 40 was very impressive. AFC Defensive Player of the Year as follows: Galvatron, James Williams, the safety for the Houston Texans, wins the Defensive Player of the Year award. Offensive Rookie goes to Malik Benson for the AFC. He brings home his second trophy tonight. And in the NFC, we're looking at Roman Wilson, the take off and throw it up guy. Go get it. That's his name. Roman Go Get It Wilson. Shout out to the Saints for bringing home the Diaper Dandy Award. And the NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to that man, Sony Styles. Hitter. How much having Sony Styles and what he did for you this year gives you hope that it's a bright future defensively with this Commanders defense with Sony Styles being a man on the back end?
He gives me that missing piece, that that defensive leader, that X factor
All right.
that a lot of teams want. He can play anywhere on the field. He's a natural leader. Him and Wolverine mesh well together. They
Mm-hmm.
feed off each other. He doesn't step on the cornerback's toes. He follows the leads of his veteran safety. Even though he doesn't necessarily play back there with them a lot, they practice together, they eat together, they room together when on the road. So they have a nice chemistry there. So it's just more about the team bonding together,
No doubt.
and each player knowing their role.
No doubt. Yeah, he's been a centerpiece. I mean, we got two. If you look at it, take a look at it. You got two 6'4", 6'5" safeties that won Defensive Players of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year over here. I like it. Tony Styles. All right. AFC Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, I'm sorry. Jahad Campbell takes it from Travis Hunter. Now, Jahad Campbell was winning this for the last 3 weeks, and he locked it down, man. Shout out to the Tennessee Titans for getting him a dog at the outside linebacker, another edge rusher that helps with that really good defensive front that they got up there, man. They got a really solid defensive front. The Titans are coming into these playoffs with guys that can get to the quarterback. Shout out to Jahad Campbell, the Alabama product, turned Tennessee Titans stud. All right, we're looking at the best quarterback in the AFC is belongs to Patrick Mahomes, man. Max, tell me how important it is for you winning this award and why is Mahomes the best quarterback in the AFC?
Um, I just think team impact mixed with his actual execution and what he means to the team
Packers,
makes him the best quarterback in the AFC. But it's important for him to be here just because he's aging a little bit. There's a couple guys underneath him in age that are being projected to be face of the league. even with Justin Herbert conversations year one. So I think it's important for him to just still win an award like this.
What does Patrick Mahomes have to do to be able to be held in the same conversation as a Tom Brady? Because right now, when Tom Brady retired, he became the face of the league, and he's sitting on 3 Super Bowls right now.
I would think another Super Bowl, maybe another MVP. When you're competing against like Drake Mays and um, Shadors and Herberts and the potential of AR-15s and other quarterbacks, being a league leader is tougher than what it can be. So I think just awards, accolades, but Super Bowls first.
I agree. I like it. I like it. NFC, obviously, Drake May is going to bring home that trophy. He's walking up on the stage again as the league MVP and as the best quarterback of the NFC. Best running back in the NFC. Surprise, surprise. Sean Tucker takes this award right now. Um, Hitter would make Sean Tucker the best running back in the league outside of the numbers, but what else makes him great?
He's hard to stop. He's like a human bowling ball. He's the new Henry. You can square up and try to stick your shoulder in his chest, but you end up hurting yourself. We had 100 broken tackles on the season, over 100 broken tackles.
He's
You don't get
definitely
that for no reason.
right. He's up in that. When you start thinking about running backs that's doing what he does, you got to go back to the rest in peace Jim Browns of the league. What's the running back that played for the Houston?
Maurice Jones-Drew.
No, the older running
Oh,
back, the big ass thighs and shit. What was his name? Oh man, go back, go back, go back. I'm talking about them running backs that just run through you. Those guys that you don't want to tackle. The Adrian Petersons of the league. I mean, you can, it's a long list of guys that Christian Okoye for a short time. These guys that you get out the way. What makes him great though is that he's getting the football, and yet every game he had 180 plus yards. Like it, I like it right now. All right, AFC running back goes to surprise, surprise. AI, the my player, Anthony Israel, man. Here I come back to you right now, man. AI, in different parts of the world, parts of the country, different barbershops. Some want to call him the best running back. What does AI need to do to continue his legacy on being the best running back in the AFC?
You need to tell Shador, give me the ball. He's one of the most underutilized backs in the league. We know what he can do when he's given the ball. It's come down to Shador wanting to prove a point that he can throw in this league too. So you got a battle of a running back that has a name and wants to maintain his name, and a young quarterback that wants to gain that notoriety and be mentioned in the Drake Mays and the other quarterbacks in the league.
No doubt. AI wins the running back of the AFC anywhere. Wide receiver stays here at Malik Benson. He been walking on the stage all day today, man. Max, why is that? What makes Malik Benson such a dog? Early too, early in his career.
The trust, I would say, just being instilled with that much trust, it kind of resembles Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase type of trust after watching
Right.
them their first year. And they walked up on stage and got their Rookie of the Year awards and such. So I just think it shows where the Chargers are looking forward to, throughout this season and for the future.
No doubt. Shout out to Malik Benson, the AFC. NFC receiver goes to surprise, surprise, DK Metcalf. Argue with me why he's not the best receiver in the league. Max, I'll start with you first.
Um, uh,
And the best receiver in the league award goes to DK Metcalf. This man can't tell me a
I'm
reason why
like,
he's not.
I don't know.
Snake,
I don't
argue with me why
know.
he's not the best receiver in the league. And the best
Right
receiver in
now,
the league award
this year,
goes
like yeah,
to.
right now, like anytime you see him
Yeah, I don't
catching
know,
over
bro.
five guys and just, I mean, he getting top quarterback play over there as well.
Man, this
Big
man.
difference between Dak and Corral. So a lot of it got to go to Dak too.
Yes, sir. DK Metcalf, man. All right, best offensive lineman in the NFC goes to Graham Barton for the Seattle Seahawks. In the AFC, the best lineman award goes to Walker Little for the Colts. Best defensive lineman in the AFC goes to George Karlaftis. I mean, how much does this award matter to you? It means a lot to you, right, Max, for George Karlaftis to have this award?
It definitely does. Just another showcase of young talent that we had to start, but we were familiar with, and we believe that he is one of the best in the AFC and the league at pass rushing. So it's good to see the recognition.
No doubt, no doubt. In a room full of dogs that was all at this award show thinking that they'd be the guy to win it. NFC, our best defensive lineman goes to surprise, surprise, James Houston. Man, how much of a dog is James Houston to come off of practice squad and lead all rookies in sacks to actually tie with his own teammate Aiden Hutchinson? And then from that practice squad to starter to X Factor the very next year to a mean ass dog to being dubbed the Double H boys of the league right now. James Houston,
Man,
second defensive lineman to get 40 plus sacks. All right, best
yep.
linebacker in the NFC,
Defensive
Nolan
tackles for loss.
Smith. All right, Max, talk about it for a second though. What makes Nolan Smith so great?
I just think good interior play. Got Jalen Carter. Allows him to come off the edge,
You got Van Ness
play
over
running
there.
backs. Van Ness, as I'm saying, he's got a good surrounding cast around him, and I think he's just the freak athlete that stands out.
Making no doubt this guy is a pass rusher first before he do anything else. I think if he is going to take a next step in his league, what can he do in pass coverage? They don't need him to drop back and cover anybody. He comes to get the quarterback every single play. Best linebacker in the AFC goes to surprise, surprise, Will McDonald. Hitter. He's won this best linebacker award 3 years and counting right now. He has two defensive player of the year awards. Is the gap closing on Will McDonald though as the best defender in the
League wide,
league wide? He's held that title for 2 years straight.
yeah, no doubt. You had to look at that linebacker over there in Detroit. He's putting pressure on him.
I agree. Anytime when you get another guy to step up and here's the difference. Houston is doing it where teams are a lot built and you got a lot more superstar linemen running around. When Will McDonald did it in the first 2 years, there wasn't a lot of superstar tackles to better block him off the edge like they are now. So I think Houston is making the case if he could follow it up with another season like that, man. The only thing I would say is the inconsistency because of how good the Lions defense is, period, right? Because either one of them could be up there doing what they're doing right now. It's like they just take turns. Will McDonald has been a consistent uh, man up there doing it himself. Like Houston wasn't he wasn't the best sack leader on their team last year. Aiden Hutchinson was. So like I just think that hurts them because of how good they are as a whole. It can hurt them in a sense. But Will McDonald wins his third consecutive linebacker of the year award. Let's look at DBs right now. James Williams wins his first defensive back award in the AFC. Galvatron, man. I mean, exactly that. He's the man back. And the funny thing is, Galvatron is the tweener. He can play sub linebacker, and they never move him down to the sub linebacker at all. He plays back deep safety, so he is the man controlling the backside of the defense. out there in Houston. But in the NFC, we're looking at Jamil Tyson, our first My Player defensively to win the defensive back award. I think Snake won it one year, right? Did you win it with
Yeah,
DC
won the
Snake Eyes
first
won
year.
it first year? All right, so our second My Player to win defensive back award in the NFC, Jamil Tyson. So shout out to those safeties who's doing big things right now. Our best kicker in the NFC goes to the Lions, Jack Fox, and AFC is Mata. Alejandro Mata, a diaper dandy from Colorado, sitting at one. He outbeat his old teammate, Chase Philly, and winning this award. Shout out to the kickers. They need love too. All right. We done went through all the awards. Now let's go look at some of these records that's being held right now. End game, quarterback passing yards in one season. And one game, 834 yards, Drake May. Passing touchdowns in the game, 13, Drake May. Passing yards, rushing yards in the game, 564, B. John Robinson. Rushing touchdowns, McCaffrey, 9 and 23, still holds that. Receiving yards, Andy Iso, 2023, 536 yards in the game. Receiving touchdowns, Andy Iso, 2023, 7 touchdowns in the game. Catches in the game, we have Andy Iso in 2023 with 21, tied for first with Brandon Marshall. Defensive sacks, Will McDonald with 9 in the game. Yaya Diabo with 8. Campbell this year, 2025, with 8. INTs in the game. Joey Porter with 6. He holds that down. Now, season stats. AR-15 has thrown for the most yards ever in our league, 8,897. Passing touchdowns, 105, Drake May. Rushing yards in the season. Tucker takes down Kenneth Walker's record, 3,177. Rushing touchdowns, 53 for Sean Tucker. Takes down McCaffrey's 37. Receiving yards, Xavier Smith with 4,134 in the season. Receiving touchdowns, Andy Iso with 44. Catches, Andy Iso with 164. Defensive sacks, Will McDonald with 46. 41. Nolan Smith did it. I'm sorry. Nolan Smith had a 40 sack season as well. James Houston. So we do have 3 defenders in our current RDL that had touched the 40-40 club. INTs in the season. Emmanuel Forbes, 21 in the year, and BJ Foster, the old user for the Rams, with 21 as well. So both of these guys all from the same team with 21 picks in the year. And we know Career is not going to be there right now. Guys aren't going to have this stat down at all. Is any of our running backs on this list already? Nope. No. All right. How about rushing touchdowns? Sean Tucker with 107 in his short 3-year season. Oh, my God. And you might could say he's going to beat these guys out in about another year. That's amazing. All right, fellas. Let's go look at that tree again, man. And let's get our pick'ems and get up out of here. All right, in the AFC, the Detroit Lions are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hitter, I'll go to you first, man. I need your winner and a short reason why.
Lions.
Gotcha.
They're just better.
Simple as that. Snake, Detroit or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Lions.
Max, I go to you. Max, I go to you four. I mean, you two. Fuck Max right now. I go to mine. Lions, Bucks. I do got the Lions winning this ball game. Moving on to the second round of the playoffs.
My shit was on mute. Lions, my fault.
All right. I do think the Bucks will show up in this game, man, and they will show up and play some good football. But I do think the Lions take that dub. All right, 3 versus 6. Green Bay in a rematch of Week 18. Green Bay versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Green Bay Packers have to travel to Philadelphia Eagles, to the home of their brotherly love, whose stadium be rocking as well. KJ Jefferson, Hendon Hooker, Hitter. Who do you got?
NFC Beast, Philadelphia Eagles in a close
Gotcha. Close one. Gotcha.
close
Snake,
game.
you
I think I gotta go with the Packers, man. I think Hendon Hooker do a little bit of passing, though I think Henderson, KJ Jefferson will have a big day on the ground himself. I think Hendon Hooker can pull this one out.
So we got the Green Bay Packers going into Philadelphia, and Snake got them winning this game on the road, sending the Green Bay Packers to the Seattle Seahawks no matter what if that happens. All right, Max, who you got? Green Bay traveling into Philadelphia. Who you got winning the ball game?
I got Rob, man. I just think he's gonna want it more.
Mm. All right, so that's two. Let's pick on me now. All right, so I got Green Bay going into Philadelphia. I think this will be a close game, but I do got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this ball game. And I do think they can win it by, 10, about 10 points will be the victory of this game. Eagles at home. That crowd going crazy in Philly, taking on the Green Bay Packers, winning that thing by 10. All right, fellas. The last game in the wild card round in the NFC, you got the 4 seed versus the 5 seed right now. This is the rematch that the Rams is looking to be able to get over a hump with. Now, the Panthers are playing home at Carolina, where they're going to be banging on that big ass Panther drum and that fucking Panther that jump all over the stadium and shit. One of the hottest
He
things
got me
out
one
there
time
right
in the
now.
regular season. Last time he played, he beat me in the regular season.
Yeah, playoffs is all that matters. We in the playoffs right now. So,
Oh, I know.
I'll start with you first, hitter. Rams traveling from LA to Carolina. Who wins this ball game?
Man, this is a battle of passing versus running. And I'm gonna go with the
Carry the
Panthers.
ball more than I
Or just because he likes to control the clock with the run game. I don't want to say it, but I do believe it's going to be a hell of a butt ball game. He's going to sit on that rock and sit on it and sit on it and just try to keep try to keep the Rams from having the ball in his hand.
I mean, it would be a smart strategy if he can do it. That would, why you keep that explosive offense off the field. Simple as that. Max, who you got? T and those LA Rams bringing Davis Richards and that high power offense to Carolina to face that ground and pound Carolina Panthers.
I just think the line for the Rams needs one more year, so I'm gonna go Panthers.
All right, so we got 3 to me now. I got LA going into the stadium of Carolina Panthers, and I don't know, but I just think it's hard for me to pick here right now, man. I do think that Panthers fucking run game, but they both dealing with an offensive line that's young. I do think though when it comes down to pass rush, the Panthers are the better team pass rushing. I do think that their defense is better equipped to deal with Davis Richards and that bombs away offense they got over there. And I don't wanna call an upset here and the away team slide in, and I think the away team win this ball game. Though I'm going with the Rams over the Panthers this game, going into these playoffs. Sorry, Snake man, it's hard to do it, but I gotta put some pressure on you right now. I think the Rams go into Carolina and get the dub. Slide over to the AFC right now, man. Listen, the Buffalo Bills travel to Houston to get out of that cold weather to play these young Houston Texans, the AI led Houston Texans. Hitter, who you got?
I got Houston.
Max?
First 50 burger of the playoffs.
I don't know about all that, but go ahead, Snake. Snake about to call him. Snake about to call the upset right here. What? Who you got, bro?
I think this the one little ain't the first 50 burger. What you calling the Browns charging 70 burger?
Sixty loading.
Oh my God.
Man, I don't think Hero would allow you to put 50.
Nah, Harold gonna be on some bullshit this game. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Man,
that game
hey
gonna
look,
drop.
Hero have you guaranteed a bunch of
He
extra
said that shit
points.
gonna drop.
That shit
Oh
gonna
my
drop.
God, shit gonna drop.
Drop and
I
they
don't
He
know
gonna
what
get
happened. You
excessive
got it, Will.
grieving in his
hey
bitch. You
man,
got it.
You got it.
hey, he
You know
gonna
what happened,
fumble.
Cool?
It's gonna fumble on 1 yard screen. On the other screen, he gonna score a touchdown.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Not the.
I hope we don't have that type of connection. Shit. Mm-mm-mm. Is this the game of the week though? 3 versus 6. Patriots hosting the Tennessee Titans. Who you got, Hitter?
Um, she's the Titans been playing good all season,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
the Patriots. Hey, that's kind of a weak division. They got some layups. They got some layups this season.
Backdoor layup.
Niggas coming out, niggas getting oops all year, throw it off the
Oh
backboard, bang that thing sideways. Oh
man,
my
I
God.
mean he kind of like playing in the NFC East over there.
Ain't nothing but an
Man,
East thing, baby.
Ain't nothing but
yeah,
an East thing,
it is
baby.
talking about these East teams, these East
Too
division.
bad internet's getting
Man,
crazy.
ah,
I'm just,
it's
I'm
hard.
just
It's hard
saying.
to. It's hard. It's
What I
that's
wonder
foe,
is,
right?
what I
Yeah.
Titans is
wonder is,
foe,
the
right?
Titans got a few more
Yep.
Man,
abilities on their team. With them abilities, make a play or two for me, he win the game.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Titans. I think that South is stronger than the East right now
Mm.
on both
All
sides.
right.
So the 2 and the 7 and the 3 and the 6. I just think the AFC South is a little bit stronger than the East.
All right. Man, Max, who you got?
Love that.
Hoodie by 10.
You got the 3 seed beating the 6 seed,
Second
Oh, that's
and
half.
then
Hoodie.
yeah, that's Hoodie.
Hoodie is a second half.
Yeah.
He ain't
I
been
got
playing his games though,
Yes, he
man.
has. Hoodie been playing.
He
You
has.
what you?
Hoodie done
This
been.
nigga drunk as a
Hey, see, I
motherfucker.
told you,
One
man.
of them
I
ain't
told you
been,
he get
he
somebody
back
thought
in
ain't
the
been
he
playing
gym.
thought
their
the
game.
he
That
thought the
man.
Browns was motherfucking hero burgers.
Hey
The Browns
man.
is Hero Burger,
No,
right?
it ain't. That's why I said
Bill,
you
Nah,
drunk
it's
as
the
a
the
Bills.
Bills
motherfucker.
is
It's the
Hero
This
Bills.
nigga
Burgers.
in Game
The
of
Bills
Thrones.
is
This
hero
nigga
burger.
drunk
He
as
in
hell.
Game of Thrones, drunk as shit right now. Talking about
Oh, who the Browns then?
that's the new boy circle by peoples.
Blaze.
Blaze.
Oh, okay. Well, shit don't change on that. Oh man, that's the Bills.
Hero burger is the Bills.
Are you playing Hero Burger?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, come on, man.
that's why
Why?
they said that's the go to sleep
First 50
on.
burger.
Oh,
That's why I said first 50 burger.
yeah. Oh,
I
okay. That
think the
changes
Browns the
things.
Browns the first gonna be the first 50 burger. I'm sorry. Hero Burger ain't
60
gonna let
loading.
Hero not gonna
60
let
loading.
Ant put 50 on him because he gonna wait till
Oh,
3 seconds
that
to
game
hike the
gonna
ball.
drop. That game gonna drop.
He wasn't lying about that.
Yeah,
I
there's gonna be
agree.
excessive grieving. Something
Hmm.
gonna happen in that one. Yeah. Let me
Damn.
log
Man,
in and
hey
see
look,
what the fuck. Cause I'm over
Hero got
here
the
in the
number 4
blind.
quarterback in the AFC, bro. Right now, he ain't dropping nothing. He coming to play. Hey, he dilly.
That
Come
shit
on, monster,
dropping. Fuck what you talking
monster,
about.
monster. Waits till 3 seconds left, hike the ball. Oh yeah, and hey, hold on, is his internet fixed? Hey, Hero, if you're watching, did the cable people come out? Did the internet people come
Man,
out to your
come on
house
now.
yet?
The Bills can't. They limped into the playoffs at 9-8, bro. Oh, that's the Bills. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, you
Patri-
The
looking at the right
Bills,
bill.
the
the Patriots
Bills is
13 and
Hero.
4.
with no abilities over there, killing
What's the
shit.
Shit.
Titans record though?
But hey, look, the Patriots did you lose to the
The Titans are
Dolphins
11-6. They not right that
without
far behind.
Bryce Young. Dolphins did lose. We know they come from the same coaching tree.
The Browns ain't play nobody.
Yeah, I might have to pick the Patriots on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised
Yeah,
you
yeah,
went
yeah.
Titans.
No, because I
Yeah,
thought
upset, man.
I don't know. I don't know who I thought who was who. But yeah, but anyway.
Motivate Hoodie.
This motherfucker just poured another drink, feeling it, talking
Oh
about the
no,
Bills about the
you
Burger
know,
Bowl, Burger Bowl, and the
I've been
Browns
drinking
game.
too, so
That's what I said. That's how I know you motherfucker. You ain't know who the fuck you was talking about when you called the Bills the Boom Burger Bowl. He called them the Boom Burger Bowl.
the beer
Somebody with the
bowl,
Boom Beer
the
Bowl.
beer bowl offense.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, so you changing your pick? Hoodie wins this game in your.
Yeah, the Patriots
So go ahead.
by 5.
Go ahead.
Patriots by 5.
Snake. Who you got? Titans traveling
I'm
to New
calling it.
England.
I'm calling it upset. And if this motherfucker let me down, I'ma curse your ass out, you butt bitch ass motherfucker foe. Calling it upset, man.
You got full upset and hoodie.
I just think I just want if some of his ability players can make a play or two for him down the stretch. Patriots may not. They developing. They a little bit younger. That's all. Call it upset,
I mean, I hear you. Definitely hear you.
I don't know,
No,
man.
no, I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't know.
I was his last 3 games. He got 2
Let me go look.
Sims,
Let me hold on.
2
Let me go look
Sims and a
right quick.
loss.
I will say the Titans offense is definitely going to be efficient. I just
Yeah,
don't know if he'll be able to
he's
get a
playing
stop.
strong middle to the end of the season, and then I don't know what happened. He disappeared. He got 2 Sims and then a loss, and then you look at all his losses this season, they were blowouts.
Nah, he only lost to the Chiefs by 3.
I said, no, yeah, but I ain't talking about the middle, the middle of the end of the season. He
Oh, you
played
talking about beginning
yeah,
to end?
Oh,
he
oh
played. They
yeah.
played the Texans close,
Yeah.
and he played the Chiefs close back to back. So I think he
Shit, he
was
had
on to
me. He had
something.
me by 21 in the motherfucker in
Right,
that last
he
game.
was putting something together, and then I don't know. It seemed like the bottom fell out where he played the Raiders. He beat them bad, and then he got a sim win, and another sim win, and then he played the number 1 team in the league, and got beat.
Yeah. So yeah, that might have.
And I think he lost momentum by not playing those weeks 17,
Games.
16 and 17, yeah, games.
Yeah.
You gotta find a way to play those games, or whether they say give me the win and you play the computer or something just to keep that chemistry going. You can't, yeah. You get some advances. Your players get tired
Maybe y'all
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's too much going into those, and especially going to playoffs. Ah.
down the stretch. The Patriots then played the Bucks, Saints, and Browns. Bucks and Saints. Yeah, the
I think it's more about being locked in at this moment
offense.
in the, what's going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm 100% agreeing with you. I do think the Patriots can pull this win out, but I do not shy away from Snake calling the upset here because of the ability based Titans. I just think Hoodie will lock in and play
Philly's at home too.
and play one of those games. So I do got New England over the Titans. Now I'm calling the Browns over the Chargers. Who agree with me?
Nobody,
Nobody.
Oh
nobody,
God,
baby.
Upset.
that's one of that better dollar winning million, huh?
Don't be an
$1 million
accessory to
ticket.
murder.
Don't
Man,
be a witness to the homicide.
premeditated. He said he called this
Premeditated,
premeditated, bitch.
Craig
premeditated
would
witness.
literally have to let his girl play the game.
Damn.
You
Damn.
call that shit
Premeditated
you a
murder.
premeditated witness?
Mm-mm-mm. Premeditated joystick.
It's not the Browns' fault though.
Mm-mm-mm.
Premeditated
No, I
accessory
mean,
to this crime.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's not the Browns' fault, man.
Ain't the Browns' fault. I'll tell you one thing about the Browns. I'd have played that Patriots game. Would not have gave him the first win
stop the cat.
down the stretch. Stop the cap.
I definitely wouldn't have. I would have had to play that game.
Yep, just to get me some practice and ready
He
for the
played his
off.
last 4 games.
I don't know.
Mm.
And then you go to the regular season early on and in the middle of it and all that. Been a lot of games not played. But it can't help it. Is the two people in
Patriots
his
might have
division
fucked that
wasn't even
team.
playing. That's 4 wins right there. So,
Development with the QB.
well, that's our playoff conversation, fellas. Let's see when these games get kicked off and how they get kicked off in two. With that being said, we the fuck out of here. My niggas is drinking on a Friday. You heard? Now.
I'm on vacation.